you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Return of the Nerd. Today we are going to break down episode 3 of the Skeleton Crew and do exactly as I did last week. I've got my notes and I have broken this video into 3 sections. So the first section is I want to talk about Jude Law's character, which has become more important. I felt like in the first couple of episodes, Wim was the central focus, but now that has shifted to Crimson Jack, Captain Silvio. Who? Why does this guy have so many aliases? He's a Jedi, he's not a Jedi, but he can do Jedi things. Or are they just tricks? Are they real? So this whole episode was kind of playing with the audience, which I liked. I have my own opinions and my own theories on Jude Law's character. I believe that he could possibly have been a discarded, abandoned Padawan. And he's quite lonely, and he joined the wrong crowd and became a pirate. And the other one is he could be the opposite. He could be evil. He could be Sith. We don't know, right? Because we just don't know anything at this point. The script writers are doing a good job of kind of hinting and making us confused as to who this person may or may not be. His name's Crimson Jack, Crimson Dawn. Does that ring any bells? Should we be ringing alarm bells? He's wanted by the New Republic. He's also wanted by Brutus. It's kind of weird because I definitely don't trust this guy. He could have Jedi-like powers, i.e. he can use the Force, but maybe he's a dark side user, okay? And he knows about At-Attin, or he is working on behalf of someone else. There were rumors going around about the planet itself being part of the Sith Eternal, and Palpatine's resurrection and the Final Order and all of that story that we see played out in The Rise of Skywalker, which was like the second part I wanted to go on to. But to be honest, right now I don't really see that playing out in my mind. I think that this guy will remain. It's like a Scooby-Doo episode where you just don't know until the final episode and someone will unmask him or he will reveal himself. Perhaps now that Kim, the owl, she informed the New Republic, so the X-Wings came and they chased the kids, right? And so I have a feeling that this will get reported back to Luke, who will be very interested in this planet, and he will send an envoy, probably a Jedi from the New Republic, to go and investigate to see what in the blazes is going on. And that could actually be the final showdown with the Jedi turns up to investigate, and we already know it's a female Jedi because she's up on... if you Google the cast, you can see there's a Jedi played by a female actress. I think she comes in at the end to investigate, talks to the people that live there who are all worried because their kids can't get home. They've crossed the barrier, and nobody ever crosses the barrier. And then Jude Law turns up with the kids, and they're like, "Oh, you're such a hero. Thanks for, bringing our kids back to us." But then he reveals later on that he has ulterior motives, and that he's working for some dark side user. And then he clashes with the Jedi envoy from Luke's New Republic. That's kind of where I'm going with this right now. Hasn't been said in any other video, so I'm trying to think of some different angles on this, something that we haven't seen. Anyway, part 2 is, yes, there's a lot of speculation about this planet and the people who live on it. The adults all seem to be in on the story. Like they know that what the barrier is for and that you should never cross it, and they understand the great works. But the kids seem completely blind to all of this. But I guess at some point when they grow up and they all become part of the system, then they will be introduced to this secret too. My hunch is that because we were introduced to the owl character, Kim, who's the astronomer. Let's say she collects the maps of the galaxy, and she's basically, I think she said a little bit too much. That's the one thing. Okay, that's my third part of this video. Is like I didn't like the scene with Kim. I didn't like the fact that she was an owl. I thought it was too cliche, and it reminded me of Harry Potter. So it was a little bit. You know, I am keeper of the scrolls. I'm an owl. Dumbledore. So there's a bit too much magical Hufflepuffle and Hogwarts in that scene at the end. I didn't really like it. But the rest of the episode I thought was pretty cool and pretty funny as well. The humor, you know, is still there. Especially SM33 when he says, "Aye." And then you think he's leaving, and he walks around the corner and comes back again and goes, "Aye." I really like the droid, actually. He's one of my favorite characters in it, SM33. The other scene, which I thought was a bit cheesy, was right at the end where Kim the owl turns to the camera and speaks to the audience and says, "You wouldn't believe it, even if I told you." Ooh, and there's this kind of spooky Scooby-Doo music. And I was like, no, stop it. It was very cartoonish, you know, so I didn't, yeah, that... I know she said to KB, "Hey, if you ever need me, just call me." And I was like, how? Well, you have a telephone? How do you just met this person for like literally 5 minutes, and how do you even remember her moon, the coordinates, and how would you even get in contact with this person? But I guess that there's something special about KB as well, because I'm beginning to wonder if she's even a real person. Maybe she's a computer, she's an android, she's not organic, she's not a person. And at the beginning with the parents, the concerned parents are talking about, "We must contact the supervisor," and the security droid is like, "Nope, that's not going to happen, because we can't have this information getting out." There were two parents there, right? Both Asian, the mums. So are they lesbians, or are they just friends? And their daughter is KB, and did they buy KB? Was she manufactured? She's not a real person, a real child. She is actually, like a cyborg. This might be revealed later on. I don't know. That was kind of odd. The power of many. All right, so the theory that I'm sticking to is that I believe, yes, the planet had something to do with the Old Republic, and Kim talks about the jewels of the Old Republic, and that all of the other planets were destroyed, and this is the only one left. So I still believe that someone outside of the barrier does know it exists and it's being protected, and rather than it being like tying into the Disney sequels with Palpatine, I think it's more kind of like an archaeological dig. Like, the people who live on that planet are there to protect the relics and the, whatever. There could be old Jedi temples there, but their job is to dig them up and to report that information back to Luke, and to serve as, like, academics, archaeologists. I think that's the angle they're taking, and they're trying to throw you off and with this Sith Eternal vibe, But that's good, because good story writers will do that. You think you know it and you can predict what's coming next, and then no, there's a big twist and there's another twist. So these are my ending questions today, right? So I have I've got 3 questions. Number 1. So, do you think KB is a humanoid, or is she some kind of artificial intelligence? That's a good question. Number 2, will Kim inform the New Republic? Because she did tell the X-Wing guy at the end. And then do you think that the New Republic will send a Jedi to the planet to investigate? All right. And my final question is, okay, if At-Attin is such a big secret and nobody in the galaxy knows it even exists, how come in episode 1 the kids found a buried pirate ship? Why? My question is, why on earth would there be a pirate ship on this planet in the first place? It doesn't make any sense, all right? What would the pirates, why would they be there? Because the pirates wouldn't know that this planet existed. Now, the spaceship, on the interior of the spaceship gives us some clues as to what happened. The spaceship probably crash landed. There was some kind of mutiny on board, because there's like dead bodies all over the place, and they've got like knives, and it looks like there's been a big fight and people have been murdered. And it's possible that the spaceship just lost control and crash landed on this planet, but that's kind of a coincidence when you think about there's only one planet left in the galaxy that is special, that nobody knows about, and they just happened to crash land on it, and the kids just happened to dig it up. I mean, the coincidences are just too much, you know, so I feel that's a bit silly too. So again, my question is, how is this even possible? What's the pirate ship doing on that planet in the first place? Because that question should be answered, I feel. It should be. Right, if you've got any questions about the Skeleton Crew, if you've got any more predictions for what's going to happen in episode 4 or 5, just fire away in the comments section. I'm loving this show so far. And also, this week I did an unboxing of Brutus, the action figure in the Black Series, so you can go check out that video, which is currently up on my YouTube channel. Okay, I will see you again for the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to check out my link tree and all my links in the description box below. Okay, may the Force be with you, you wasteroids.